Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and we're replaying the 2014 wild card game between the Oakland Athletics and the Kansas City Royals. And I was inspired to play this game when they presented it on MLB Network. So we're ready to get started. And I started thinking, in which system do I have 2014? And I had it in Stratomatic. And this is an old school game, a lot of fun, really based on strong fundamentals. And we need to give credit where credit is due. Very strong fundamentals. It's been around a long time. Um, and another thing, now I play like a hybrid of the set, whatever I best understand and whatever I best feel flows for me. So just be aware of that. Now let's get started. Stratomatic plays pretty quickly, which is a nice thing. I played a practice game to just I don't play it that often, and when you don't play a game that often, it's a little bit bumpy. So I play a practice game, and this will be my official game now. So Coco Crisp is leading off in center field. Sam Fold. I'm going to write some of the 3 plus 2, and then that would have been plus 2 there. E5, I guess, and write that in that way. Next one is left fielder 2 E3. Josh Donaldson, the third baseman, is a 1 E25. Batting cleanup is Moss. He's the DH. The Royals have a lot of left-handed batters, I'll tell you. Josh Reddick, the number 1, -4. What an arm. Nobody's running on his arm, that's for sure. It's going to be an E8 in right field. Batting sixth is Jed Lowry. He's a 4 E17. Not pretty. Stephen Vogt, the first baseman, is a 3 E8. Giovanni Soto, a 3 -1 E1 with a 18 throw. So if there's an opportunity for a throwing error, he's in trouble. And Eric Sogard, the second baseman, is a 2 E10. So we are going to get started. Rolling some dice early in the morning. Oakland visiting Kansas City. And I did want to grab the park. And I wanted to play the ballpark. Let's see. So I have a, that's 65. 2015 ballpark is pretty close. We're looking for the 2014 ballpark. There it is. Found it. That's pretty fast. This is weather effects. Hold on. Super advanced weather effects. So looking through the ballpark to see if I could find. One. Wow. I should have it here. Let's see. 2017, 2013, 2010. 2012, 1964, 1992. These are all sets I had. Some of them I traded or lost or sold. I had the 2001 set. bought these for pretty decent prices, but then I was never going to play them. I feel I should play Stratomatic a little bit more. I don't know. I may not. Well, again, I found a 214 season, but it's the weather effects. 216 season. 2014 season weather, season advanced weather effects. 2015 season. So I have a lot of 2015 season. Where's my 2014 season? I wanted to use that. And I don't seem to have the 2014 season. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look in one more place, and if it's not there, we are going to bypass using it, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Checking one more place. I'm checking in one more place. I have it. I just probably used it at one point, and I think I was replaying a 2014 Mets game. And I was using the chart, and I left it out. And now when I need it, I can't find it. And that's usually how things work, right? All right, we're almost there. I think I see it. I think I see it. And there it is. Boom. Found it. You got it. Ballpark chart. And we're looking at the American League ballpark chart, and we just write that information down. We are playing in Kansas City. So it's, we'll do it, what do I do with the, okay. It's going to be Kansas City. All right. Lefty, 1-2. And righty, 1-11. And then it's going to be home runs are going to be 1-6 and 1-6. So pretty simple. Not a home run hitter's park. Not a home run hitting friendly park. And here in Kansas City. All right, let's get started. It's going to be James Shields facing off against Coco Crisp. And we have our noisy dice tower, extremely noisy. And it's going to be a 6. So this is off Shields, and Coco Crisp is batting from the left side. So it's a 6-9er, and it's ball 4. So just like that, Oakland starts off with a base runner. Now we're going to try to get a, let me see, how many stolen bases did he have? He had 19, so he's going to try to get a lead. We're looking at 5-6, and we don't get it. Sam Full is up next. And we got to throw one of these now because for the wild pitch and all that. All right, so it's a 2-11 against a righty. At 2-11, it's a ground ball to the first baseman. It's going to allow Crisp to move to second base. Josh Donaldson is next. Right-handed hitter. James Shields checks in for the sign. Sets the wheels. That's a 1-6. And a 1-6 is a fly ball center field. 2 out. Brandon Moss. Brandon Moss, a lefty. And that's a 6-10, and that is a fly ball to deep left field. And back goes Gordon, makes the catch. So after the walk, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Now, Stratomatic is one that I kind of replace the cards on the table, and I'll tell you why. And I don't do that when really any other game, but Stratomatic, because it has the cross where you can go for, against a left-handed pitcher versus a right-handed batter, vice versa, and you kind of go across like that. I like to just have the cards I'm playing with on the table. All right, so let's do Alcides Escobar is going to lead it off for the Kansas City Royals, and he's a 1, E16, followed by Nori Aoki, a 3 in right field with an E3. Lorenzo Cain, the center fielder. And these cards are a little bit tricky because they're a little bit thin. And it's going to be a 1, -2, E3 in center field. Eric Hosmer, 113. Now the Royals have a pretty good defense, and that's an understatement. The DH, Billy Butler. Alex Gordon with a 1, -4. What an arm that is. E2. He's batting 6th. Batting 7th is Salvador Perez, who's a 1, -4 arm, E1. And then Infante, 3, E14. Batting 8th. Batting 9th is Mike Moustakas. Again, a pretty good fielder. 2 at third base, E24. And that's about it. So we're going to get started. It's going to be John Lester on the mound. He's a left-hander. And here is the pitch to Alcides Escobar. That's going to be a 6-10 versus a righty. And that is a fly ball, shallow left field. Hooking away from Fuld, and he runs it down in the corner. 1 out. Aoki's next. Nori Aoki with a 3-5, and that is chopped to short. And charging it is Jed Lowry, and he throws on the run and in time to get Aoki. Aoki Doki, they call him. Lorenzo Cain. Yeah, that's a 2-8, and that is line base hit to center field, played on a hop by Coco Crisp. And we're going to try to get a lead. We're looking for a 2-5. And 6, we just miss it. So we don't get that lead. We will not be going unless we get that lead. And let's do that. And let's do this. A 4 off the pitcher. A 4-7 to a lefty. And that is a strikeout. No runs, 1 hit. 1 left on. We go to the top of the second. Like I said, this is one game where I actually replace. A lot of guys do this. They replace the cards they're playing with on the table. I sometimes, in other games, I leave them both on. But just because of the cross-referencing, I don't like to do that with Stratomatic. And it's going to be Josh Reddick leading it off. It's a 5-2. And that is a strikeout. First strikeout of the day for James Shields. James Shields, I believe, is the pitcher who gave up the home run to Bartolo Colon, Colon's first home run over at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. I think it's still Jack Murphy Stadium, right? 5-3 against a batter, Lowry, who's a switch hitter, batting lefty. So it's a 5-3, and that's a fly ball center field X. And a 17 is going to be a catch. Running it down is Cain, driven in the gap, and Cain is there. Steven Vogt, with 2 out, steps in the box, another lefty. And that's a 5-5, and that is a ground ball shortstop. A 15 is going to be a ball that Alcides Escobar gets to, goes to first, low, scooped out by Hosmer. And we'll just make sure that 15, yeah, 15 is good. All right, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Hope everybody's doing well. Good morning to all. I hope everybody's staying safe. There's a surge in some states here in the U.S. Billy Butler is up. Here's a pitch from John Lester, and it's a 5-5. 5-5 is a strikeout. Butler down swinging. Next is Alex Gordon, and that's a 3-7. That's a split die, 1-8 single, and it's a base hit. Gordon is on at first. He's trying to get a lead. Oh, that's the wrong die. I'm sorry. And he just misses it. Just misses the lead. All right, Salvador Perez with 1 out. And that is a 6-5. And that's a ground ball shortstop X. 17. And that's an A. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Wait a second. I have to look at 4. He's a terrible shortstop. And what did I roll? A 17 on a 4 shortstop is going to be a C, so that's not going to happen. It's just going to be runner advances. So it's a ground ball, 6, runner advances to second. That's the difference when you have a the Oakland A's don't have nearly the defensive team that the Kansas City Royals have. I noticed that right off the bat. Omar Infante now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. That's going to be a 5-4. 5-4 is a catcher X. We roll a 15. And who's up there? Let's see. He's at 3. So 15-3 is a pass ball and a foul out. Very unscientific way of of doing the wild pitches and foul outs, but I guess it's all right. And particularly the foul outs. But anyway, it's the advanced and not the super advanced system. So it's no runs, 1 hit. Go to the top of the third. Top of the third is James Shields on the mound for the Kansas City Royals. He's going to be facing Giovanni Soto, the catcher. And that's a 4-2. And that is a it's going to be a split die, 1-13, and that's a base hit. For Soto, leadoff single for Giovanni Soto. He's got no steal numbers. Sogard is next. Pitch from Shields. It's a 4-4. 4-4 is a ground ball, third base X. We rolled a 6. Third baseman is a 2. And that is a 6. We're going to have to roll on Musaka's E24. And that's a 7 on his E24. And that is an error. He boots it. And everybody is safe. First and second, E5. And that's going to bring out the leadoff batter up, Coco Crisp. He's a B bunter. And we're going to try bunting. All right, see how we got to do this one too. So it's going to be a 9. Where's that chart? The bunt chart. Here it is. I use the advanced bunt chart. He's a B. We roll the 9. The batter is thrown out by third baseman. Runners advance. It's going to be a 5-4. Successful fielder's choice. Both runners move up. All right, Sam Fuld now. The infield's going to come in for the Kansas City Royals. Second and third, 1 out. Sam Fuld, lefty, has an opportunity here against James Shields. Here's the pitch. And that is a 3-7. And a 3-7 is going to be a ball that's lined. And a 14 is going to drop in there for a base hit. Both runners are going to score. So a 2-run single by Sam Fuld puts the A's up by a score of 2-0. The ball hung over the plate a little bit, and Sam Fuld jumped all over it, drove it in the gap. And it's A's 2, Royals 0. Josh Hamilton, let's see if Sam Fuld, he's going to try to get a lead as well. Have him, and yep, and he does not get the lead. Josh Donaldson is up now. There's the pitch. And that's a 6-9er. 6-9er is a strikeout, out number 2. Big strikeout for James Shields. And it's Brandon Moss. There's the pitch. And it's 1-7. Again, against the right, it's going to be a ground ball. Second base. Infante over to first, and that retires the side. But the A's pick up 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. And the A's lead at 2-0. 2014 wildcard game played September 30th, 2014. Bottom of the third. It's going to be Mike Moustakas. Holding the cards, just a little bit easier to do that. All right, a 6 and a 5 versus a lefty. A 6 and a 5 is a ground ball shortstop. And that is a 9. We're going to have to roll on the shortstop's number. Shortstop's number, wait, Moustakas is up. Shortstop's number is a 4. No, actually, his shortstop number is a 17. And we roll an 8 on the 17. And that is a ball that Larry gets to, scoops it, throws the first, and in time for out number 1. Alcides Escobar, who flied out in the first inning. And that's a 2-7. It's chopped to short. Lowry waits back now, charges, fires the first, and gets Escobar by half a step. Aoki now with 2 outs. And it's a 4-12. And that is a ground ball pitcher X. 18 is going to ball. It's going to be a comebacker to Lester. Up with it, over to first. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Lester. A's are up 2-0. Go to the top of the 4th. So we got a pretty good ball game here. Take a quick sip of water. For a guy that doesn't play very much Stratomatic, I feel that I'm holding my own pretty much here, not making not too much trouble so far. All right, it's going to be Josh Reddick leading it off against James Shields. And it's a 6-10, and that is a fly ball. Left fielder, Alex Gordon, settles under it and squeezes it for the out. Jed Lowry, 4-5. And that is a fly ball to right this time. 2 out. And it's Stephen Vogt. Stephen Vogt grounded to shortstop. And that's a 6-8 split die line and caught. No, it was on the ground. It bounced, so it's going to be a ground ball 3 and 3 up, 3 down. Lorenzo Cain is up. Here's a pitch, and it's 3-9er versus a lefty. And that is chopped to short. Lowry better hurry, throw to first, and in time, just barely got Lorenzo Cain, who can fly down the line. Eric Hosmer. That's a 3-6er, and that's line base hit to right. Hosmer will try to get the lead. Needs a 6 and does not get it. And here's the pitch to Billy Butler. A 5-8, and that is a potential double, single, and that's going to be a base hit. And it's going to send Hosmer to third, so it's first and third now with 1 out. Alex Gordon is next. Infield is back. 2-0 A's. And that's a 2-6. 2-6 is going to be a deep drive. And this is over the center fielder's head, and it's over the fence. A 3-run home run for Alex Gordon puts the Kansas City Royals up 3-2. Salvador Perez. And there it is, 3-7. And that is a line drive base hit, played on the hop by the center fielder Crisp. So Perez is on. He'll try to steal as well. Need snake eyes. I didn't think I was going to get that. Omar Infante. And that's a 2-2. That's lined and caught by the third baseman. And they throw across the diamond to first base, and he is out. Double play. It's going to be an L5-3 double play. Holy smokes. They double off Perez, caught him napping. But it's going to be 3 runs on 4 hits for the Royals, and they take the lead by a score of 3-2. James Shields versus the bottom of the order, Giovanni Soto. 2014 wildcard game. And it is a 3-8 versus a righty, and that's a strikeout. Soto, downswing. Nice slider by James Shields. Nice movement on that. Eric Sogard. It's a 1-10. And that is, got to check for a 1-2. He's a righty, a lefty. A 1-2 is a base hit single. It's a ballpark single. We don't get it. So it's a line out, I guess, to the, he's a lefty, so it's a line out to the second baseman. And it's Coco Crisp leading it off with 2 outs here in the 5th. And it's a 5-6, and that is a strikeout. And it's 3 up, 3 down. So great inning by Shields. Strikes out 2 in that inning. And John Lester still in the ballgame. Both pitchers don't fatigue until, or don't reach their point of weakness until the 7th. It's the bottom of the 5th here. Musaka's leading it off. That's a 4-7, and that is a strikeout for Lester. Strikeout number 3 for Lester in the game. Alcides Escobar with 1 out now. And that's a 3-9er, and that is a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Lester. Nori Aoki with a 5-3, and that's a ground ball first baseman X. And that's going to be a ball that the 1 Hosmer gets to. Diving stab, back on his feet, is going to race Aoki to the bag, and he slides in and he beats him there. Great play by Eric. Actually, it's Vogt. I hate when I do that. So that's Vogt, and I don't think Vogt is going to make that play. Because Vogt's a 3, and that's going to get by Vogt. So in a perfect world, he would have made that play, and it would have sounded like that. All right, so 2 out, 1 on. And it's a 2-8, and that is a base hit. That's going to send Aoki to third. The left center field, cut off by Sam Fuld, gets it in to Lowry, first and third now. Eric Hosmer. So there's some movement in the bullpen, in the A's bullpen now. It's a 3-2 ball game in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, runners on first and third for Eric Hosmer. Hosmer's 1 for 2. And it's a 6-5, and that is a ground ball shortstop X, a 9. We're going to have to check in the E17 for Lowry on this. So we're going to check on the E17, and that's a 7, and makes a great play. Lowry flips to second for the force, and that's the 3rd out. So great play by Lowry to get to that ball, and then tossed it to the second baseman, Eric Sogard, for the out. So no runs, 2 hits, 3-2. Kansas City Royals. Top of the 6th. Sam Fuld leading it off. Sam Fuld has a 2-run single in this game, and he grounded out. That's a 1-5 against a righty, and that's a fly ball. Shallow right field. In is Aoki, and makes the catch there. All right, Josh Donaldson. That's a 3-9er. And that is a strikeout. So strikeout number 4 for James Shields. Brandon Moss with 2 outs. And that's a 3-12, and that's chopped to short. Charged by Escobar. Fires to first, and in time. 3 up, 3 down for Shields. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Billy Butler against John Lester. That's a 2-11, and that is a star, a diamond shot. Diamond shot, which is a 1-6. I don't know that we're going to get that, and we do not. So it's a deep drive to left, and back goes the left fielder, Sam Fuld, to the track and makes the catch. Fly ball 7. Alex Gordon next. That's a 2-4. And that is chopped to second base. There is Sogard. Scoops and throws and gets his man. 4-3. And it's Salvador Perez. Perez is 1 for 2 today. That's a 4-10 against a righty, and that is chopped to third. Third baseman Josh Donaldson. Long throw to first, and in time. 3 up, 3 down. And in the 7th, both pitchers are going to enter their point of weakness. James Shields against Josh Reddick. 3-2, so it's a pretty good ball game so far. All right, here goes Josh Reddick. And that's a 4-6. And that is a potential double. Pull down the line into the right field corner. And after it is Aoki. Big turnaround second, but Reddick with a leadoff double. Jed Lowry next. It won't be bunting here. Here's a pitch from Shields. And that is a 3-11. And that is going to be a ground ball second base. This is going to move the runner over. So the runner to third. And it's going to be Stephen Vogt now. Stephen Vogt is a lefty. We're going to look and see what we have in the bullpen here for the Royals. We got Herrera, Davis, and Ventura and Holland. This is a big spot. Actually, versus a lefty. Vogt hits pretty well against lefties. But he's better, I think, versus righties. Hard to say, really. We're going to bring the infield in for the Kansas City Royals. And should we bring in, so we got a righty coming up. And Sogard is what? Sogard, I think, is another righty. No, he's a lefty. And we don't have that many lefties in the bullpen. Let's see what we got here. Ventura pitched, Frazier pitched, righty, righty, righty. Krabs, Duffy, Banez. Holland, I know, is another righty. I thought he was a lefty. Davis is, we only have righties, so I'm not going to worry about it. Finnegan, he's a lefty. He's one lefty that was used in this game. And they used a lot of pitchers in this game because it went to like 12 innings. This was a great game to replay. Liam Hendricks, Tim Collins, Lewis Coleman, Christian Colon, Josh William. You got almost all the players that played in this game, which is nice to see. All right, so here in the top of the 7th, we're going to bring in Wade Davis. I don't know why I'm picking Wade Davis. I just have a feeling that Wade Davis is going to do the job. So 6 1/3 for James Shields. And it's going to be Wade Davis now against Stephen Vogt with the infield in. Tying run is at third base in Josh Reddick. That's a 2. So it's a 2-6, and that's line and caught by the shortstop. 2 out. And now it's Giovanni Soto. We're going to let Soto bat. It's a 5-6. And a 5-6 is a strikeout. Wade Davis does the job. I had the right feeling. So it's no runs on 1 hit. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. It's a 3-2 ball game with the Kansas City Royals leading thanks to the 3-run home run by Alex Gordon in the bottom of the 4th. We are in Kansas City, September 30th, 2014, wild card game. In reality, it was the Royals who won this game on a base hit by Salvador Perez, and I believe the bottom of the 12th. All right, so it's going to be Omar Infante versus John Lester. Lester's still in there. And that's going to be a 5-4. That's a catcher X. The catcher is a 3. And a 14 is going to say a pop out. So Giovanni Soto throws his mask away and makes the catch near the stands. Mike Moustakas is next. Pitch from Lester. It's a 2-5. And a 2-5 is going to be a 1-17 double, and that's driven in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Moustakas around first, headed for second. Here's the throw, and not in time. Moustakas with a 1-out double. And that's going to be it. So he went 6 1/3. Both starting pitchers both go 6 1/3. We're going to see Gregerson for the Oakland A's. Luke Gregerson, right-hander. All right. 1 out, 1 on. Alcides Escobar. Here's a pitch. And it's a 4-4 versus a righty. That is a ground ball shortstop. And a shortstop, a ground ball. What does an A say? Runner advances 1 base. So in the hole, long throw to first and in time. As this allows Moustakas to get to third. And now it's Aoki. Here's the pitch. Aoki, a lefty. And we got another, then we got a righty, so we're going to let Gregerson stay in there. That's a 5-6 to a lefty. A 5-6 is a fly ball lined to right. And will Reddick get there? And he does. Nice sliding catch by Josh Reddick. And that retires the side. No runs. 1 hit, top of the 8th. So Luke Gregerson gets out of that jam. Wade Davis starting off the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Eric Sogard, who is 0 for 2. Reached down an error. That's a 4-3, and that is a ballpark single. Doubtful, and it is not. Flying to second base. L4. Second time he's lined it to the second baseman. Davis with the pitch to Coco Chris, the switch hitter. That's a 2-7, and that is a potential double. And it won't be. It's cut off. Coco Chris thought about it, and he's back to first with a single. He's going to try to get a lead here. 5 and 6, and we don't get it. Sam Fuld is next. And that's, oh, look at that. 3 6s, the sign of the devil. 6-6-6, Sam Fuld. And he's a lefty. It's going to be a strikeout. Big K blows a fastball by Sam Fuld for out number 2. And now it's Josh Donaldson. 2 out, 1 on. And it's a 4-8. And a 4-8 is a strikeout. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. We go to bottom of the 7th. Wade Davis did a heck of a job retiring those last 2 batters on Ks. Score is 3-2. Kansas City Royals. So Gregerson is still in there. Here's a pitch to Lorenzo Cain, who's got 2 hits today. That's a 3-4. And that is a ground ball shortstop. Lowry scoops and throws the first, and in time, just got Cain, who can fly down the line. Eric Hosmer. Here's the pitch to Hosmer. That's a 6-10. And that is a fly ball center field. And this is going to be splitting the outfielders. Let's see if either of them get to it. And a 6. Uh-oh. Let's see. A 6. Let's see. And the outfielders collide, and that's going to be a base hit. So it's going to be a single, and both outfielders getting up slowly. A ball hit right between them. Billy Butler now with 1 out and 1 on, and we're going to try to get a lead for Hosmer. And I don't think that's a lead. I doubt that's a lead. Nah, it's not a lead. All right, so it's Billy Butler now with 1 out and 1 on. Here's the pitch to Butler. And that's a 6-8 against a righty. And that is a strikeout. So the slider gets Billy Butler. And Alex Gordon. 2 out, 1 on, bottom of the 8th, 3-2, Kansas City Royals. So 1-5er against a righty, and that is a strikeout. So back-to-back Ks for Gregerson, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the top of the 9th. And it's time to see the closer for the Kansas City Royals. And I'm not too sure exactly who that is, but we will find out. Let's see, Holland, 46 saves. Greg Holland. He's the closer. He's coming in. Davis went 1.2 and gave up a hit and 3 strikeouts. Hit and 3 Ks. Greg Holland. Versus Brandon Moss, Josh Reddick, and Jed Lowry. Gotta see if it's Lowry or Lowry, just out of curiosity. All right, so here's the pitch to Brandon Moss, and that's a 3-7, and that's a strikeout. So Holland strikes out Moss. Josh Reddick. And a 7 is a ground ball chopped to second. Let's see if Omar Infante can handle that. We don't know. And a 20, I believe he will handle that. And Infante, who's a 3, gets there over to first in time. So the Royals are 1 out away from moving on into the playoffs. Jed Lowry. And here's a pitch from Greg Holland. It's a 1-5er. And that is going to be a line drive base hit, single. And that's the tying run at first base now. Lowry's a 1-11 running. We're not going to pinch hit for the shortstop. He's the starting shortstop. All right, so it's Stephen Vogt. Here's the pitch. And it's a 3. Can't remember what a 20 meant. 20, can't remember what that means. Is that like a pickoff or something? I can't remember. I don't know. All right, I don't know if it's something. Anyway, 3-9. And that's off Vogt's card. And it's popped up. Oh, strike 3, and that's the ball game. No runs, 1 hit. So the Kansas City Royals hold on to win by the score of 3-2. A heck of an exciting game. The A's picked up 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. And did they make any errors? No errors. The Kansas City Royals had 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10 hits, and they made one error. It was the third baseman. So Oakland, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors against the Royals. 3 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. And the loss is going to go to Lester. And the victory is going to go to James Shields. Wade gets a hold, Holland gets a save, and the Kansas City Royals move on in the playoffs. So that's it, the CP Cards and Dice. I hope you enjoyed our presentation of this 2014 wild card game using Stratomatic Baseball. Now, this is I do have fun actually coloring in the hits. It kind of gives you a nice view of what went on throughout the game. I think there was another hit here. So it was only 5 hits for the Oakland Athletics. The big inning here was the bottom of the 4th and a 3-run home run by Alex Gordon. He'll be the MVP of this game. That 3-run homer gave the Kansas City Royals the lead for the first time in the ball game, and they held on to it. They held on to win by a score of narrow margin of 3-2. There was a 2-run single by Sam Full in the top of the 3rd when runners on second and third. It was a single by Giovanni Soto and then an error on the 3rd baseman, Moustakas. Coco Chris bunted them both over to 2nd and 3rd, moved them over, and then it was Sam Full who lined a base hit into right center field, scoring both runs, and that put the A's up 2-0. In the bottom of the 4th, Eric Hosmer hit a 1-out single, followed by Butler with a 1-out single, and then with runners on 1st and 3rd, up came Alex Gordon, drove one deep to right field. Back goes Reddick to the track, to the wall. That's out of here. 3-2. Alex Gordon puts his team up by a run, and that was the margin of victory. That was the margin of victory in this game. And strikeouts, of course, 2014 is going to see a lot of strikeouts. Any modern game is going to see a lot of strikeouts now. And 2014 was, I think, the last year of the pitcher before the craziness, the offensive craziness began. I remember that season vividly. I remember a lot of pitchers had really good ERAs, and I was saying, oh, good. I like this. I really enjoy when pitchers do well in their close, low-scoring games. I don't need really high-scoring games all the time. It's just not what, it's not what baseball should be to me. These high-scoring, crazy football score games. I don't need that. It's not exciting to me. It's just a pain. And the walks I do in yellow. These are just the color codes that I have. And I did not invent this. I saw somebody else doing it, and I said, hey, that's kind of cool. Let me try it. And now I kind of do it. Ground balls are in brown, kind of like the earth tone, right? It was hit on the ground, on the earth. The fly balls are all in blue. The only one I don't have a number for are the errors. I didn't want to add another color just for something that doesn't happen very often. But I still may do that. Never say never, right? The James Bond movie where Sean Connery comes back. No, that was on a line there, so that's not going to be a ground ball. 2 more ground balls there. And now the fly balls are going to get blue. Pop-ups get blue. Any out in the air is going to get blue. I missed a couple of ground outs. And then there was one more fielder's choice. There we go. And on top, it's the only thing I haven't done is everything in the air. This is very extremely relaxing. I don't know why even I do it, because I just end up throwing these scorecards away. I don't keep stuff. I don't keep paper. I don't, somebody's going to throw it out, and I don't want it to be somebody else. I want it to be me. If somebody's going to throw out my stuff, it's going to be me. I don't want somebody to have to clean up after me and give my stuff to Goodwill. No, I'll give it away. I'll sell it. Whatever I need to do with it. But I don't want everybody to say, oh, now what do we do with all this junk? Now we got to give it away to Goodwill. We got to sell it on eBay. What price do we charge? I don't know how to do this. No, forget that. There'll be nothing left. Only what I can fit in my coffin. That's what I'm taking with me. And I tell them. And they're going to cremate me anyway. It's a lot cheaper for them. Plus, I get a nice tan when they cremate me. All right, this is CP Cards and Dice. So I'm going to fill in this information for the pictures. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I had a good time playing Stratomatic. It's a great game. Gives you great results. Very realistic. Well-researched. It's a strong, basic mathematic foundation. You can't go wrong. It's got the 3 columns. The 4, 5, and 6 columns off the pitcher, and the 1, 2, 3 columns off the batter. And of course, you got the lefty-righty splits, which is critical, very important. And this is 2014, and I really like the Mets in 2014. DeGrom is first season, so I will be playing Met games, and I may do a replay using Stratomatic. The only problem with Stratomatic is I like actual lineups, and they don't have all the cards, so that's why I don't play a lot of Stratomatic. If I had access to all the cards, and I know I can buy the app and all that, and I don't want to do all that. It's just too much of a drag for me. So that's why I don't play it a lot. But I offered some love, and this is CP Cards and Dice, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.